I'm tripping right now because I did not know that these seats, the front seats, who knew that? Who knew that? You know I'm getting ready to use this for a table, right? I'm getting ready to use this for a breakfast table when I sit in the back seat. That's a game changer too. I can use that area right there to eat my food on, as well as work from this station if I want. Or I could even sit here and prepare food over here if I wanted to. It's just so many possibilities now. Having that down, that is just incredible to me. I've never seen a front seat fold down that flat before. Have y'all? Maybe I'm just slow when it comes to what vehicles have the capacity to do. Who knew? All of that space. Welcome everyone, my name is Akayemi and I'm a solo explorer. I love traveling, nature, knowledge, and healthy overall well-being. This channel is a way for me to document and share a piece of my experience with you. Thank you for being here and engaging, subscribing, and liking my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. Right now, I'm getting ready to find a way to downsize a lot of this stuff back here because I don't like it packed that much. So I'm getting ready to downsize a little bit to make it a little less overpacked. I do SUV camping in a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I haven't been doing it that long in this vehicle. This is a new vehicle from the one that I was driving before. I was driving a 2009 Volkswagen Jetta, and I upgraded to this vehicle. Hey everyone, this is Kai, and Kai Explores Life, and I'm just going to show you my SUV camp setup. And this setup is my final setup for this vehicle. And I'm showing you the setup that I keep in here in my vehicle for everyday use. So I've shown how I lay it out in a previous video, and I'll link it down below when I'm at a campsite. But this is my setup for everyday use or just regular use. And it's very minimal and it's very basic. And I like to keep it that way because having way too much stuff is just a nuisance, and it's organized, and I really don't need to do anything different with this setup because everything that's in here is things that I actually use now. So this is my permanent setup before I go camping. Here's my bed, folded up, trifold. This is the smaller trunk, and it carries my auto to heat up my food. The back SUV tent, my thermocell, extra items that can go in here, and then I'll probably put dry good foods in here whenever I need them. This trunk also has my jump starter. And I always try to keep a fire extinguisher in this vehicle as well. These are my pine pellets for when I use a bucket to go to the bathroom. My vacuum. I have wipes and just other things like trash bags. And these are just things that, to keep the car up. My dustpan is in here too. So this trunk is basically for necessary items. And you know what? I'm actually going to keep this on the side over there instead of in the trunk. And this bag has just tools and things like that for need. And of course, it stays, pretty much clear in the back until I actually go camping. I'll put my cooler here or in the front seat. And these are my water shoes that are in here. A lot of extra stuff like a rain jacket, a sweater, and then little odds and ends. Here is my fan. Of course, I keep that in the back seat anyway, just for regular use whenever I go somewhere. And my shield for the front window and my SunJack solar panel. So those are always easily accessible. In the meantime, I'll just keep those there. And that's when I go camp and hang out at a campsite, or just a park. I just get those items for setting up just to hang out all day. My front is usually kept clean as well. Additional hat, and I also have a hat back here. And then my slides that I keep down here, usually they're underneath the seat. And nothing else extra. Oh, and also here's my table that I pull out for cooking. And I keep my window covers under there and my outdoor rug here. So there you have it, everyone. Short and sweet and very complete now. I like the rhyme, but it's all set up. And this is how I usually keep it when I'm just driving day to day, and I don't go anywhere that often. So this is my regular setup for everyday use. Vehicles don't have to be overly packed, for camping. They can be minimal setup. And if I didn't have a trifold little mattress, it would probably be even more room. But that is the most comfortable thing that I could sleep on when I'm going camping. There were some things that was in my vehicle before that I decided to take out because I was overdoing it. So this is just some excess stuff, and I usually keep that for backpacking, but it was no need to have that in my vehicle. So that's the over excess stuff. There are things that you should always have in your trunk so you are always ready. I always have my Vac Life air pump. Keep my fire extinguisher over here from now on. This trunk is all my kitchen items, and I have an electric pot, and I also have a heater, which I'm going to take out because it's not necessary for this season. Dishes, cups, and it also has other pots, and this is a little collapsible sink in here, and just any items that I need for cooking and stuff will go in here. So there's plenty of room now that I've taken all out my little heater and my heating pad, because that's more for the winter time. I'm just sitting at the park right now, just enjoying the view, the water, and it is very pleasant right now. The weather is very pleasant. SUV car camping setup for you, and this is pretty much going to be the one that I'm gonna use all the time. And I have tried to downgrade, not really downgrade, but I've tried to minimize some of the things that I have based on what season it is. You always want to make sure that you have a fan. And this is a USB fan, so I can charge that before I go on any trips. and then recharge it. This particular fan lasts like 2 days. I really haven't had to recharge this whenever I'm on camping trip. This backpack is the things that I'm going to always take when I leave the house, but I won't necessarily leave it in the vehicle. So that way I make sure that I have all that I need, and it doesn't have to be something that is kept in the vehicle, because it'll change depending on what you're doing and what the season is. But in my backpack, I'm starting to remember to carry things like my boiler, and this boiler is slow, so I don't always use this now, but something to heat up the things that I need. And for me, I want my routine on a camping site to be like it would be at home. So I keep my AeroPress coffee maker and my boiler with me at all times. I use this daily in the house right now, unless I want to do a Keurig coffee for some reason, but I use this daily. And so if I decide to go camping, I just grab this AeroPress, and I always try to make sure that I have my coffee. So these items, they will always go in the bag immediately when I'm ready to go camping, because for me, the start of my morning is water and coffee. The other thing I like to keep in my backpack, and one of the reasons is because if I decide to take a trip on a plane and I have my backpack with me, these items are usually going to be in here, because if I rent a car, I can still have them for purposes of hiking, camping, and things like that. So I have a paracord in here, I have gloves in here, I have wipes in this, I have little clamps all the time, and I also have these carabiner type of cords as well, like forks and spoons. Yeah, but I keep these things in here, just like some excess stuff that I want to make sure that I always have with me, whether I'm in my vehicle or in a rented vehicle. I also like to make sure I have a filter to filter my water. That wasn't it, but this is the one that I have, and it is the Life Straw. And I'm not sponsored by anybody, but I'm just showing you what I have. So I have this one to filter water if I need it, especially if I go on hiking or go somewhere far and I run out of water. But I try to keep this in my backpack as well. A flashlight or a headlamp is always a good idea to have, because even if you're driving your own vehicle, you want to make sure that you have light in case you end up somewhere where it's very dark. In my car, I try to keep a change of clothes, and the reason I keep this in my car now is because I went somewhere before and didn't have a change of clothes, and there was an emergency. And don't worry, this is clean, but this is so you can, use the bathroom standing up if you have to, if you're on a hike and you don't want to bend down. So I use this, and I haven't had to use it yet, because most of the time I am somewhere where there's a bathroom, but I keep it in here. I also keep tape and what did you call this? The carbon monoxide detector, more tape. I also have lights in here, as well as another cord for my cell phone. I keep my rain jacket in this bag, and an extra long sweater. So these things stay in the car all the time because of any type of emergency where I might have to go somewhere. So some things just should always be in your vehicle, or in case I run into water or I want to go to a beach. And so I have my water shoes in here. I also have a little fan to put water in it and to blow on me so I can take it with me, as well as shower shoes. And I have a picnic blanket, basically. I've showed this before, and I have a video, and I'll put that in the link. Just hopefully I'll remember. But this is my solar panels, and I always keep this in the vehicle. But I could put it in my backpack if I need to, it'll fit right in my backpack. That way, if I'm taking a flight somewhere and I'm going to rent a vehicle, I can take my solar panels with me. Well, that's all, y'all. So I hope this helps somebody. And it's not an exhaustive list, but it is the basics of what I need to keep in my vehicle at all times and what I need to bring to put in my vehicle when I'm going somewhere. So the more I have in here of the things that I really need, the better my experience will be when I go car camping, SUV camping, or any type of camping that I might choose to do. And it's also a good idea that I have stuff that I could use and put in my backpack for times when I fly somewhere and then rent a vehicle. I could still enjoy myself on a day hike or a little exploration, so to speak. I could hang out here all day long, but I'm gonna go outside and enjoy it. In the meantime, everyone, good mental health, good spiritual health, and as always, good physical health. Y'all take great care.